I believe that Copilot is really bringing a new age of working, productivity, but also collaborating with other people. Basically, what Copilot does is it creates information across all of your meetings, emails, chats, and you can basically ask it to go through all of that information, um, have a look into the action points that are outstanding for them, and then have Copilot suggest you even time slots when you should be taking care of those action points.
I like also Copilot in PowerPoint, which helps me to get great ideas for presentations where sometimes I'm missing maybe the right idea, how to start with the right text and with an image. And there, the Copilot in PowerPoint helps me to generate great starting points.
Microsoft 365 Copilot for me is a game changer. It will become as indispensable as my smartphone. I use it every single day to catch up, to search for content, to create content. It's truly absolutely amazing, and it takes a bit of time to master, but once you get it, it absolutely will change the way that you work.
Whereas now, interacting with Copilot during the meeting, you can get summaries of the meetings, call out some actions, and specifically ask it, what did this person say during the meeting? So that gives you your notes immediately in real time while the meeting is going on, and you can summarize the meeting afterwards. So that's something that definitely saves me a huge amount of time. But the real benefit is that I'm giving the customer my full attention. I'm not distracted by writing notes or having to journal them somewhere else.
Summarize in email. I'll get lots of emails with lots of chains associated with it. I can click on summarize, and in literally like a few sentences, it tells me what the whole gist of it is. So I'll get an email asking me for my input. So instead of me having to read the whole thread, Summarize will say, hey, this is what the email's about. I can jump on it and I can get it. I can also summarize all my emails coming back from a long weekend to say, hey, what have I missed? Or at the end of the day. So again, helps me work faster and smarter. Absolutely love it.
What I didn't anticipate on is the fact that if I am, for example, not in a meeting, but I was invited to the meeting, that if it is recorded and transcribed, that I can see what has happened in that meeting, and I can go to exactly that, what I need to work on my personal tasks. So I didn't expect it to be that good in those things.
I haven't yet met everyone, and sometimes you don't know what everybody's role and function is. So I've literally just asked it. I've said, hey, Copilot, tell me the people who are experts at software asset management, and it brings back a list of colleagues within my region. So I can reach out to these people and say, I've got a challenge with this customer. Are you able to help me?
Help me to find the email or message from the sales, okay, and the context. I actually tell the Copilot what's the context that is about some licensing, okay, regarding to a specific MV product, okay, and then Copilot can help me to search, do the contextual search, okay, quickly, and then it also summarize what is the content of the email it can find, and it actually really find me the exact email I want, okay, and then I also immediately ask the Copilot, okay, simply give me the pricing information in a table format, okay, and then the Copilot actually can did it, okay. I don't even need to open that email.
Yes, actually how Microsoft incorporated GPT into their suite of applications, specifically the Microsoft 365, is absolutely brilliant. So if I'm looking for a document, for example, that I've been working on with a coworker, I don't have to ask him for the link again. I don't have to go searching for the link. I just ask Copilot, hey, where's this document that I've been working on, let's say with Elliot, like on a webinar? And sure enough, there's the information really available.
So I'll just break down some tasks into some several straightforward prompts, very easier, right? Short prompts. Okay, so it is like a real person dialogue. Okay, so you ask simple things, and then it will give you straightforward answer, and then you can verify whether the answer is correct or the direction match the way you want.
Copilot will take time to master. Be patient with it. The final point, though, is that Copilot is a shared responsibility. You are still responsible for the final content and how to use the information provided. So that's a responsibility that you own and that you must manage appropriately.
Do it step by step, learn how to prompt, and involve your peers in it who are already 2 steps ahead of you. That would be my recommendation for the newbies with Copilot.
One advice I have for all of those regular users out there, maybe people that have not really informed themselves about prompts and all this hype about generative AI, is start with the suggested prompts. Like those suggested prompts in Copilot have been hard-coded to bring you optimum results. And it's really a great place for inspiration. So the more you try out of those, you're going to come up with your own ideas for the prompts that you really need in your work. So use the Copilot prompt library. It's really, really good start.
My advice for people that are just getting started is make use of it in your private life as well. So make use of the free versions of Copilot in your Edge browser and start to prompt to it. For example, create a cartoon of your dog and see how that works, because then it will make it easier also in your working environment. So that is my golden nugget here.
Get familiar with how a prompt works. Look into the Microsoft documentation, what a optimal prompt should look like, what you have to put in, and then build your own prompt library, because when using prompts it depends a little bit on how they are structured, and maybe you will forget a good prompt the next day or the next week. So keep the prompts that worked good for you somewhere. I'm using OneNote to store my prompts, including what I was expecting, what I got back from Copilot. Sometimes I'm inserting screenshots so that I know that Copilot is doing that I want.
What is it you want it to do for the organization? How are you going to measure the success? How are you going to measure the impact of it in terms of whether or not it's benefiting people? And to have those conversations in the planning stage before you start to roll it out, because it's very difficult to wrap some of that framework, let's say, and policy around something when it's already been rolled out.
So the first one is understand that Copilot license is expensive. So when you get it, be grateful and be thankful. Secondly, embrace the change and be patient with it. How you work will change. Invest the time and effort to master Copilot that will allow you to work faster and smarter. Thirdly is be an ambassador to Copilot, internally to your organization and externally with your clients and with your partners. Share examples of best use cases, spread the word. So once you start to master and leverage Copilot, you will remember what life was like before Copilot and what life was like after Copilot. Enjoy the journey.